Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through!
Una paloma blanca! Over the mountains I fly. It is time for Fumble Through!
Fumble Through!
A podcast that's just a bird in the sky. I would like to start today with a bit of a challenge, a musical challenge, just like the one that I just referred to. Name as many bird songs as you can. Go.
Canary.
Blackbird sitting in the dead of
Blackbird.
night.
Canary's not a song.
Songs.
Canaries have a bird song.
Yeah. Name songs about birds. Go.
Bird is the word?
Yep.
I got one.
Anyone?
Eagle Rock.
Yeah, nice. Lindsay's falling behind here.
Mockingbird? I don't know.
Freebird.
Great dicey question.
Was this Natalie?
is
Wasn't it?
a
No,
dicey-
not Natalie. But,
Torn.
yeah, no. I was thinking. Yeah, you just said it.
Chicken dance.
Psycho chicken. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
What the clock?
Any others?
No.
I thought you'd get quite a few of those ones, but I guess that leads us really nicely
Was that an AI
into some social media. If you know some bird songs that you could educate us to in the spirit of Nicron flying through the sky, send us some bird songs.
Dropping like a rock.
Oh, yeah, or dropping like a rock through the sky. I'm like a bird. I'll only fly away.
That's the one I thought you did, but I was. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
No. Lindsay, what else you got for us on social media?
So I think we need to bring back the we haven't done it for a while, and I've mentioned we're going to bring it back, the search for the cavalcade, bring on the Henry Cavill. you know?
Oh, yeah.
Calling the cavalry.
We got so close.
Like, a while ago I mentioned who, like, you know, six what was it? 6
Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, 6 degrees of Henry
Separation.
Cavill.
Yeah.
So let's go. Who's the most celebrity person we know that might lead us to Henry
Luke.
Cavill?
What? Being English is not.
He's English, isn't he?
Yep. See? Already getting closer. You know someone in England?
The King.
I have. Man, my daughter has correspondence with the king. So.
We are pen pals with the king.
So yeah, who do we know that might, you know?
Have some links to Henry Cavill that
Yep.
we haven't already tried
Well,
because we've been doing this for a long time.
We just need to go one step further than
mentioning his name on our podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the problem is with the 6 degrees of separation is it needs
Once
The
again,
first degree.
once again, I will say that I went through and I emailed Henry Cavill at Hotmail, Henry Cavill at Outlook, Henry Cavill at Gmail, and I went through as many email addresses, sent an email, not one response. Not one response.
the closest I can get is I know my wife's cousin
My wife.
plays for I've forgotten her football team.
It's going well so far.
Yeah.
Half a degree of separation here.
What was he saying about that whiskey before recording?
West Ham United,
No.
FC. Hamburger Hill.
Manchester Pool.
Aston Villa.
Oh,
Bye-bye,
the
birdie,
Villa.
She
bye-bye.
plays professional football on the women's team for Aston Villa.
Who's this?
My wife's cousin, Kirsty Hansen.
Okay.
I could always message her and see if she knows Henry Cavill.
all right. Why don't we just
That's a
get
good place to start.
Kirsty Hansen to like our podcast and put it out?
I'll see. I'll try and contact her.
Yeah.
Just go straight to
But
the
that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
source.
Let's go.
Kirsty Hansen.
Let's
Let's
get
just go.
Kirsty Hansen. I think getting a targeted football player, that sounds like a great idea.
She's a fantastic forward in the Women's Super League and plays for Aston. She's on loan from Man U.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
You were just looking.
But yeah, she's on loan from Man U.
Yeah. So,
She's
anyway,
really good this season.
Yeah.
How'd you spell her name?
Hanson.
Yep.
Much like the band.
Yeah. But
Kirsty Hansen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're back on the cavalcade. Enjoy the cavalcade, people. We will have no news for you over the next 6 months as life starts getting further.
You're following her already yourself.
Like, seriously, she's a big deal.
yeah,
She's
that's the closest I can get. That's what I'm saying. What else we got?
I got nothing.
Why are you pulling this out of the bag like a year later?
If you listen back, we had 3 episodes ago. I said, okay, come prepared with your most famous person you might be able to get. Someone that can go to Henry Cavill.
I said Luke.
I went through and I thinked, and this is the best I came up with. I thinked, yeah.
And the thinking happened. Right. Well,
I've only met her a couple of times, so I might need to sweet talk my wife.
Well, my wife, she has got 88.4 thousand followers on Instagram.
88K.
That's
let's do that.
That's a good place to start.
That's a great start.
Okay, we'll start there.
And maybe if she goes, listen to this podcast to all of her followers, including all the fans that go to those fabulous football games over in the UK, and then asks Henry Cavill if he would like to follow. If she does the ask, it might work.
Yeah. And she's not unpleasant on the eye either. But there we go.
Well, she's got skills, is what you're meaning to say.
They seem to be multiplying as well. But
are you losing control? It's electrifying. All right, so moving forward. Today, I'd like to do something a bit different. Instead of a beer, we've done a lot of beer.
Hang on, hey, don't take my beer away from me.
Don't take my beer. That's not a bird song.
It's the only way I get through this game system.
So, you guys give me a lot of shit because I like to buy wine and I like to buy cheap wine. But you know what I've done today? I have brought you something extremely special. This wine comes in a bottle, so it's not as cheap as I could possibly go. So I've gone to the top of the bottom shelf.
Doesn't have a pillow.
Okay. What I have done though is I went to the French section of a wine and I got you a cheap, shitty French wine. It's called
just like the French.
Yeah, it's called Bouche de Rhône.
Sorry, so what's that now?
Bouche de Rhône is indicateur géographique protégé by La Grande Roy. It has
vin de merde pas cher.
What drew me to it? It has a man with a moose's head holding a blue feather.
The French moose.
A blue feather, and that blue feather signifies the falling of a companion who's about to die on the horns of a moose.
What's it called?
When Doves Cry.
Le Grand Roy.
Oh, he's got one. He got one. He finally got one.
That translates to the Great King.
Yeah, the Great King. It's by Belzevin.
Oh, and a homage
Connection.
stepping off from last week's beer.
Le Grand Roy.
King and then King. The French King, are they real?
There was a French king.
Are they real, though?
Okay,
Not really.
I will read
Not
you
anymore, they're not. No.
I'll read you the back of it. This Bouche de Rhône
Can you stop saying that word?
has a beautiful red carmine dress. Its nose releases aromas of undergrowth fruits. It reveals a round and flexible palate. It can be served with any food. Can I just say, it can be served with any food.
AKA swill.
It can be served with any food. Any food.
Do we have any food?
Yeah, we do.
We can do. It's 8.6 standard drinks, 14.5% alcohol.
8.6, that's like one of those cans of stout.
I want.
And
That was
yeah, it's
we
time.
looked at a 4-pack, and I was like, "Why is it $64 for a 4-pack?" And each can, which is 500ml can, was 10%.
Oh, Jesus! All right, I'm going to rinse my cup out.
I just
You
rinsed
just
it.
did
Done.
it.
He's done it all.
Really?
Yeah.
That's just water.
Yeah, I don't want that in my.
Oh,
shit
it will
wine.
make it taste better. I guarantee you.
Anything that will dilute it will make it taste better. So, can you give us a price tag on this? What does it, if I went up to into my wine
Can I
app?
guess?
Look, I treated you like I would treat guests to my house, and I paid
You invited them somewhere else.
not the smallest amount that I
I like I'm
possibly
trying to
could.
record it, and he takes it as far
Oh
as
my word!
possible from
He poured
me.
himself practically a pint of it.
What's it like on the nose, Luke?
Look, all right. Give the bottle to Brett.
Sorry, I was trying to get my translate thing up, but I'll do it afterwards.
It's
It says on the back, recycle with the wine in it.
It's very hops forward.
Wait, I haven't had it. No, we got to do the sniff test together.
Who's drinking? Nobody's drinking. I'm not drinking yet.
It's like jelly on the side of the
No,
glass.
I was going to say it's loose. Oh, no, there we go. Yeah, no, I see it now.
All right, so shall we sniff together?
You're just checking the
I'm
alcohol and
getting-
sugar
Oh,
content.
now it's getting a little fruitier.
What did it say? It has hints of undergrowth. It did say undergrowth.
Hints of underwear.
Yeah, it
What's
said
the grape blend?
releases oma of undergrowth fruits.
So do my pants. What's the grape blend?
It's Shiraz. I think.
And the Shiraz.
I know it's early afternoon drinking wine.
I don't actually know what the fuck it is. It's in
Shiraz
French.
usually.
All right, here we go.
Do you know what Shiraz is in French, Justin?
Don't go on the first mouthful. You've got to line the palate first. You know how to drink wine, right?
Mine's gone. I just downed it.
What I mean is don't go off the first mouthful.
It's not so bad. Oh, on the nose, it's not so bad. It's got a lot of... I can smell garbage.
That's French. That's French.
Did you say garbage or garlic?
Yeah, garbage.
Right, here we go. For real now.
It's tannin heavy. Oh, is that got chalk in it?
It's kind of like that.
This is where he goes, it was $50.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's got some depth. It lingers on the palate where you don't want it to.
Can I say?
Kind of like when you wipe and it hangs around on your ass.
Can I say there is
battery acid.
There is a thing about French wines. French wines for me have a very specific taste that is there with them. They all have a
stinky
a
foot
silt.
taste.
It comes from the earth,
The acidic,
the ground.
soil.
No. It reminds me of the silt of a river. Is the taste in French wines for me? It's the ground that it's grown in, and it's very much there.
I don't want to try that because I feel like I'm going to just slosh wine everywhere.
Well, you've got a lot in there. That's why.
All right, you ready for this, Lindsay?
I haven't drank a rough piece of wine like that for a long time. I'll tell you.
This is an end of the night bottle.
No, this is
I've drunk 5 bottles and I can't taste shit already.
All right, Lindsay, you have been driven here today, which means that you don't have to drive home.
Correct.
So you're going to roll a dice. If you roll a D20 and get above a 10, you get to drink American honey. If you roll a D20, you get below a 10, you are doing a shot of French wine. Let's see how we go.
Let's not call it French wine. Let's not
16 American honey.
Let's not call it French wine. Let's call it...
Now I've got to film you.
Let's not even call it wine. Let's call it off grapes.
Ready? Here we go.
Cheers.
That cleansed the palate from that shocking shit.
It's
All right, I got an idea
man.
content.
for a content.
For a content.
Go on, then, what is it?
Well, I'm just going to get Lindsay hammered. I'm just going to make Lindsay do more shots.
It's American honey sting is much better sipped.
Yeah, on ice, it's
Where does it
lovely.
sting?
Yeah,
There is ice in the
I'm
freezer.
sure that's not because the wine just stripped everything out of your
Maybe.
GI tract in a protective measure against other alcohol.
Well, I'd like to say thank you for the wine, Justin, but it would be ingenuous.
Ingenious, that's right.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Methylated spirits.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
Except I keep my metho in the fridge, so at least it's got a temperature that's agreeable.
It reminds me of like when I was growing up and my parents were on hard times and they had that box of wine in the fridge.
I don't like it.
and that is the litmus test of how bad it actually is, right?
It's not good. It really isn't good. I've had much better $10 bottles of wine than that.
$10? You spent $10 on that?
It was French.
Oh, man.
And I thought it was fancy. It looks fancy. It's got a nice thing.
You get better normal deals.
I put down a Barossa wine for that. I was going to get a nice Shiraz from the Barossa Valley in Adelaide.
It's 14.5%.
Yeah. So was the Barossa because it's about altitude from which the grapes grow. But we won't get into that anyway. Let's move on. So today's
How can you know so much about wine and drink shit?
Drink it.
what?
Yeah. It's willful negligence, I think, is what you
I know
call
a lot
it.
about TV. It doesn't stop me from not watching reality TV. It's there. So today's dicey question is: And this comes back to, I recently went on a camping trip that got rained out, and I was sitting around a fire thinking to myself, what makes me think like I'm an adventurer? Like, I'm out in the wilderness, I've got my sword, I'm about to go on a big adventure, that kind of thing.
A sword?
No, I didn't take one, but I'm like, if I'm going to get into that and go bushwalking and be in the spirit of becoming an adventurer, what is D&D food from real life that you can take with you to be? No, not your stupid cookbook.
No, my fucking cookbook is amazing.
Not your stupid cook. I'm talking about what foods can you get that right now that make you think that you're an adventurer in a D&D or a fantasy world. What puts you into that kind of mindset?
Got like a good stew, dried owlbear.
Like a nice hearty slow cooked stew.
Oh, over like with what stuff in it? Give me
like with a nice obviously in a bowl, you're eating that in a bowl, but with a nice big chunk of sourdough bread or like artisan bread.
And you can see the big chunks of meat and
potato
like
really falling. Yeah. Sumptuous, kind of like
root vegetables in there.
Any animal cooked whole over a fire.
An inch skim of fat sitting on top of it.
Oh, not when it's hot, but it cools down. Yeah. Yeah. But like a real thick gravy to it as well, and just like packed full of like chunky veg, like you said, and like large bits of beef that are falling apart, or lamb, or oxtail, or something like that. Yeah, and a nice bit of sourdough.
Yeah,
or artisan bread, lovely. Yeah,
and you've got a whole carcass of
any animal, fish, a pig on a spit, any animal cooked over an open flame.
Okay. Just cooked over an open flame.
Or a really nice vanilla slice.
I like a real cheap, shitty bottle of French wine.
I really do, though. We should start doing stuff from this D&D cookbook.
Yep. Sure.
Do I need to start cooking?
We'll drink this wine with it, shall we?
Do I need to start cooking before I come and bring...
Sure.
We'll do that instead of the alcohol. Yeah. Full disclosure, Lindsay's had 2 shots and some wine and some beer.
Why'd you have to say that? It's a lie.
What about you? What about you? Home. Well, I kind of think like I'm thinking more like when you're going hiking and what you take with you. So like jerky. So a bit of beef jerky is kind of like trail mix or something like that, or like. I guess trail mix, but just
Anzac biscuits.
Like lambus bread.
Yeah,
like that kind of thing. Brett just is like outside.
KFC is there a KFC option here?
No.
Oh.
It's stuff that makes you think that you're going like you're
like dried fruits.
Yeah, like when my kids go, oh, what must it have been like for Frodo and Sam to go? Like they didn't get stew all the time. They had to go to the Prancing Pony to get their stew.
I thought you meant including tavern.
I'm also including that, but I'm also thinking what would you do on the hike where you've got like dried up bits of stuff or
there is. I will bring this next time then. Next time we come, I will do the hardtack recipe from...
The heart attack recipe. I don't need that, thank you very much.
Hardtack from the D&D cookbook. It's pretty good.
I knew we were going to hear all about the D&D.
It's a great cookbook.
He's not giving us any normal food.
It's one of...
Can I just put it out there, actually? In the spirit of this kind of... thing to like get us ready for the game at hand every time we record. With the beer, maybe we should get some tankards.
Some nice big tankards. I like some Fumble brew tankards.
Yeah,
I have a drinking horn.
Some mead.
I have a drinking horn.
Drinking horn.
Okay, I mean, like, you need a
like
stand for that. That's fine.
It's true,
but something, like an old school. You can see wooden ones.
Lindsay, put your drinking horn away.
It's a lot shorter. It's 8 inches off.
Pewter goblet.
Pewter, you got to be careful. There's lead composition
in that. Lead in it.
Same with crystal, actually, unless you've got it one specifically.
It does affect your memory, doesn't it? What about a pewter goblet?
There's a company that does some really nice wooden ones, but they're like lined with a stainless steel
insert.
What about drinks that might be D&D? What are like?
Well, I do have a hard I just think that like dense seeded bread with a hard cheese and maybe some some dry salami or that is kind of the trail mix
that is
cheese. You had me at cheese. Sorry,
bread, cheese, and salami. These are things I can get behind. That's
blue cheese though. Are you guys a fan of blue cheese?
Yeah, I love blue cheese.
Yeah. I am with my people. Here we go.
I am not.
Really?
Yeah, there's a beautiful
crusty bread blue cheese.
Aldi has a wonderful blue cheese.
It really does.
Dimity has it all the time and has a fig paste or something with it. And she swears by it. I just can't get my head around it.
Really?
You know what I had the other day? So camping, you take a nice soft cheese like a brie or a camembert, put it by the fire so it melts a little bit, and then you just pour a little bit of honey over the top of it.
Really?
I'll take you one step further. Get a whole camembert, chuck it in a baking dish, cover it with honey, and then empty a packet of fruit and nut mix on top of it. And the honey candies up, or the fruit and nut mix kind of oven bakes, and then the brie is all soft. So when you dig into it with a piece of chunky bread, the brie just drips into it, and it's.
I've always done it with like rosemary sprigs stuck in garlic cloves as well.
Yeah. See, this right now, we could be out on an open campfire right now. We could be eating this. This is the kind of food that we need. What do you need for a recipe from your book? Give me 4 ingredients.
Literally, one of the hardtack recipe is like a hard cheese, kind of like a Parmesan or something like that. A salami. And dried fruit and nuts, and like these dried cracker bread things, like toastettes, whatever they're called.
Jats.
Okay. And that's like the dwarven hardtack.
Okay. Dwarven hardtack had toasties. I just watched Luke take a sip of his wine, and his face really, it was very hops.
Well, after that second shot, this wine is much better.
It's very grape forward.
it's
not a grape in sight in this, I tell you.
It's harsh, is what it is.
It is harsh.
They left the skins in the bottle, I think.
It's the kind of French wine that makes you not want to lose your head.
You've got me in the mood now for stew, bread, and cheese.
Yeah. Like you could put this wine in a stew and ruin it.
Yeah. This wine reminds me of
hangovers?
Like old school wine where they did it with their feet, but they forgot to remove the feet flavour.
They had the feet cheese.
How does one remove the feet flavour?
They forgot to wash their feet before they did it.
There was some foot cheese already involved.
You skim the foot juice off the top.
Okay, well, that said, there's a dicey question to be had, isn't there? No, there isn't, because I just asked it, and it was the D&D food.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we've got to stop drinking so much during these sessions. It makes us, it really makes things fall off the edge, much like Nikron falling out of the sky.
That's
so
right,
where
like
we last left
dart.
at Nikron, you had 2 Yetis, we had a dude with a mushroom hat. I
don't think we can just let that segue go.
What?
That... You moving from falling to falling like you did just then. That was some significant.
Yep, drinking before the show.
Falling to fall. That was some massively goodness.
I can see now why Brett thought that was so good. Words be good. Some people's words good, others not. We're good.
This is where we need the AI to write it for us.
So we are at a point now where 2 Yetis are fighting. We've got Moradius who's been kiting these things away. Up until this point, one of the Yetis has been killed in a flaming heap on the floor at the feet of a
it's hardtack right now. It's been cooked.
Yeah, but a Yeti has walked straight under the flying form of Nikron. It stared at him with what we now know, what I know, is called a chilling gaze.
Ooh.
Nikron rolled a natural 1.
I did. Thank you for cursing that.
And took some cold damage.
I did.
Oh, that's
and is now paralyzed
and
plummeting to the ground.
How much damage did he take?
At 10. The feet. Well, it's
that's
not
a significant amount of damage
It's
already.
not just that, because now there's some falling damage that happens because you've got nothing right now to negate the falling. Your arms don't work.
I reckon there should be some sort of save that I can roll that gives me some sort of glide speed as I'm falling with my wings out.
Yeah, it's almost like the wind beneath your wings. Another song about birds, right?
Are you looking these up as we're playing?
No, he just loves Bette Midler.
I was trying to redeem myself from.
How much damage am I taking from the fall then?
10 points of damage.
Oh, good. Jeepers.
That's all right. That's all right.
It's not 10 and 10 for Nyquist is significant amounts of damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not so much so that I'm at 0.
Let's not let 0 be the benchmark.
But the Yeti's taking his turn, right? Because that was his turn with the stare.
The Yeti can stare and make attacks.
That's horse shit. That right there is horse shit.
Did it take you more than 6 seconds to fall to the floor?
As I glide, that's what I'm saying,
yeah.
So you plummet to the floor and the Yeti takes a claw attack against you. And I am just going to put this out there. I'm fairly sure an 18 against your paralyzed self is going to 9 points of slashing damage, which is followed by another 3 of cold. Ooh. And you see this, Maradius, as you are, because I believe you're about 50 feet away at this point in time. You were tracking it last game, and I've forgotten.
Yes, I'm 50 feet away. I'm with Mushy and
with Mushroom Dude
and the dead Yeti.
Yeah. So you see this moment happen. The literally the Yeti just stares at him, kind of flexes a little bit. He falls out of the sky and he steps up and he just
wait. Before you do damage, I just would like to point out being that he's paralyzed, it's a automatically critical hit.
Fuck.
Thanks, Lindsay.
You're welcome.
It's an automatic critical hit.
Yep.
Every hit is an automatic critical hit.
Any attack that hits a creature is a critical hit if the attacker was within 5 feet of the creature.
You are currently paralyzed yourself, right?
Yeah. No, he was paralyzed, but he's now out of paralyzed.
He shook it off. So that's one more dice then.
God, thanks, Lindsay.
You're welcome.
Once you hit dying, it doesn't matter how much.
Okay, wait, how are you getting that rule? I've got a different rule in front of me.
What have you got?
Wait.
Paralyzed creature is incapacitated and can't move or speak. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Any attack that hits a creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
I don't have the critical hit bit. Oh, I'm not looking at the right
Third
one.
dot point.
Yeah, I was looking at petrified. All right. Thank you, Lindsay. That's another dice that I get to roll Lindsay. Right now. Oh.
That was Lindsay, Luke.
It's another 6 points of slashing damage right there. Actually, it's not because you don't add your strength twice. It's only another 2 points of slashing damage. Sorry, my apologies.
I wanted to keep us honest, you know.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Thanks, Drunkle Lindsay.
Saying, I died and
you just want everyone else to die.
Everyone else to die too.
Nyquist was a joke to JR.
So you see this, Maradius, in your peripheral vision as your friend Nyquist, who you've gone on adventures, has fallen down. It is your go because in the order of initiative, you had waited for the Yetis to move before anything else happened. What are you going to do? 50 feet away.
He can't do anything to help what he thinks is a absolutely dead bird fallen to the floor, destroyed. You would have died up in the air, which is what he's thinking.
So I'd like to point out I am
beak first
into the ground, yes.
Yep.
Windmill style.
The only way Maradius can think to support you is to kill that Yeti. Now, Maradius is not well. Maradius is very, very injured, but he's going to rage up and he's going to charge the Yeti.
Oh, fuck yeah. On horseback?
On horseback.
Nice.
So, let's just tick that rage button.
Tick.
And then a charge is +2, -2 to armor class, as I believe. So he uses Scofflin to get back the 50 feet that he just ran and swings overhand chop into the Yeti with his new sword. 21 to hit.
That definitely will hit.
20 points of damage.
Oh. Just describe that for me, Brett.
Well, he just overhand, like he rode in, let Scofflin kind of pull to a halt in front and used all that momentum to overhand swing at height with the Yeti. So you go head to head and the sword just swung right over his head into the top of the Yeti's head. And he's pulling it out to take his second attack of 3, which he will continue to do whether the Yeti's falling or not, as a 19 to hit.
Mm-hmm. That'll definitely hit.
Hits for, another 20 points of damage. And then his third attack, because he is raging and recklessly abandoning all the, using all of his skills, for 16 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That hits. 3 7s on D8s in a row. Another 20 points of damage.
Well, you didn't
As
need
he just keeps going over the top, bang, bang, bang into this thing's forehead. He might be down at its toes by now, but he's not looking.
A meaty mush hits the floor as the first of the attacks destroys its will to live, and the second and third just completely annihilate the creature as it falls right next to Nikron, splattering his blue feathers with a spray of Yeti blood that freezes upon impact, killing him instantly. No. Yeah. What are you about to do there? Seeing all this unfurl, Mr. Fungal?
Oh, poor Yetis. Probably just protecting their territory, but I will go up and I'll try and see if Nikron is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what about?
Make a medicine check. That's a natural one. Rest in peace, Nikron, my friend. Rest in peace, random bird dude.
Try and pull him out of the ground, will you?
How long does this thing last?
Make a save for me.
What save?
Just a constitution-based one, please.
6.
12 seconds goes past. You going to do anything? Murray?
12 seconds?
Yeah. So you drop this thing, and Nikron doesn't seem to be moving at all.
He will jump from Scofflin to the floor, and he will do a medicine check on... Well, we pull Nikron out of the floor, out of the ground, put him into a repose, that, lay him out. 14 on a medicine check, so that will stabilise you if you are alive. And that was his plan, to just stop any blood flow. Anything over 10 is a stabilisation.
And that's when you're on 0 or below 0? Or
if you are below, he just believes you're unconscious right now. He doesn't know if you're dead or not. He's trying to stabilise you. He doesn't know you're paralysed.
As long as you're not your constitution below 0.
Okay.
That's all.
Your con score or your con modifier?
I think it's con score.
Con score. So, yeah, he's just kind of patching up any open wounds and trying to stop any further loss of life.
Make another check for me.
13.
You begin to move.
Do I?
Does he?
Yes, I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
He twitches like a bird after it's hit a window. His wings flap around and he kind of flips all over the floor a little bit. But you can see that his rigidness, his paralyzation seems to have undone itself.
I didn't know he's paralyzed. Nikron, I've just healed you. I thought I was just stabilizing you, but obviously my healing skills are more powerful than I thought.
Praise Grundenar, man.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were dead for sure, dude. That was.
Despite your best efforts.
I checked the pulse on your foot and everything.
Are there any more of these creatures about?
Not that I've seen. They're just
check the perimeter while we ensure we are safe here.
Yeah, man. No worries, dude. You can't just stand still and look around. No, we're all clear, man. Poor Yetis, they're just, doing the Yeti thing and...
All right, it would appear that introductions are important at this stage. I am Maradius.
Wow, man. I've heard of Stoned, but you're something else.
This is Nikron on the floor.
Hey, bird dude, that was some pretty awesome flying you did. Well, except for the end part. Other than that, man, it was ace.
Nikron is just trying to straighten feathers out because they're all over the place at the moment.
You seem to be in some distress. Can you tell us what brought you here and why you were under attack by these two monsters of the wild?
No worries. My name's Flunt Stonebud, man.
Sorry, what was that name?
Flunt Stonebud.
Flunt Stonebird.
Bud,
right.
Yeah, bud.
Stonebud.
Like the bud of a flower, man.
Mm-hmm. And Flunt, we came across you in some dire circumstances. What's brought you here and why would we find you in such a strait? in such dire straits?
Well, as I was saying to your bird friend there, man, like, I'm part of the Grundenar Peace Corps, and we get sent out by the high priest to like try and bring peace back to dwarven settlements that have been taken over or have fallen into disarray. And so I was on my way to like this Axelholme place, and like I heard about these gnomes in the area that grew these pretty wicked shrooms, and I'm like, yeah, man, let's make a detour and go and stop there. And so I spoke to them, and they told me about these ice shrooms, and thought I'd come out here on the way to grab some of them. And yeah, I just had a bad trip and fell into the ice. You get a bad trip. Anyway, when I woke up, I was half frozen and my beard was stuck, and these Yeti guys were coming towards me. It was pretty wild, but thanks for the assistance, man.
You are very welcome. We too have visited Nomengard and met the kings and the good people of Nomengard, and it just so happens we are on our way to Axelholme.
Oh, so what a coincidence.
Could we accompany you there?
I mean, yeah, man. I'm just going to go try and bring the peace. I mean, I'm not really all about the killing like you guys were just doing. I mean, I will hurt someone if I need to, but I really don't. I like to talk it out and make love, not war, if you know what I mean.
Right. Well,
but, you stick near me, man, and I will take many hits, or I will deflect them, and I'll get in the way, and, I'm really good at helping.
I am a warrior, and war is my job.
Yeah, man.
It would seem...
Right on.
Groovy.
These creatures were about to do you a very big disservice, I think.
No, I agree.
And death is a good way to prevent that.
I very much appreciate the assistance. I mean, they weren't up for talking at all, man. I tried. And you saw me try,
One of the challenges in the area that we are trying to overcome is a ice dragon that is quite powerful. In fact, it has been the demise of one of our close friends.
Oh, man.
Recently. Very recently. So the death of another creature, even one that we passed by and have no real care about or want to be a part of, would be quite painful and raw to an already open wound.
That sucks,
we could not
man.
leave you there.
I'm so sorry for the loss of your friend. He sounds super handsome and charming. But I
didn't mention his looks once.
The one thing Grundenar cares for above peace is friendship, man. So... I mean, man, right. If you want help taking out this dragon, I'm sure I can help you with that, man. Oh. I'm very good at talking people down out of situations, usually, if they can understand what I'm saying. I don't know if those Yetis could understand English, right. Common or Dwarven or whatever, but yeah, if they can understand me, I do speak Draconic, man. Maybe I could reason with it and go like, dude, this is uncool. Move on, and yeah.
I'm going to cut you off there.
I can see you trying, man. I'm sorry, man. I talk a lot.
I'm trying not to be rude, but it's very hard. Axelholme, we are on our way to scout it out to make sure it is right for the refugees of Fandalen, a town not that far away that have been besieged by this white dragon. We have encountered it. It is mighty, and they are right to take shelter. They're being led by some mighty warriors themselves. Once we get there, we will reconvene with the town council and find the next steps. But our first step is to step into Axelholme and make sure it is ready to receive these good people of Fandalen and house them in its protection. So it seems like our paths are aligned, and you're welcome to walk with us if you care to.
Yeah, as long as we enter in peace, and the people that are entering there are all about peace, and our paths are aligned, man, like the stars.
Peace, like don't hit people and do injury, not peace, like pea and ham soup.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, don't murder people unnecessary, and love thy brother, all that jazz.
Do you have an issue asking for a friend if there was killing around you?
I mean, I do not like it, man. As long as I get a chance to try and negotiate, man, I would not personally kill anyone or anything, man.
What if a colleague of yours was under imminent threat of death?
I mean, I will knock them out and help my friends, man, but I'm not going to, you can hit someone and make them sleep for a very long time rather than, taking their life.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Nykron, how you holding up? How's the preening going?
Yeah, do you need some healing, dude? That was a long floor. Yeah,
it just looks Nykron is looking very banged up. Yep.
How about we all hold hands and I pray to Grundanar for some healing?
Sure.
Yeah, we do some healing.
It's not magic though, right?
I mean, not more. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a divine prayer. If you call that magic or a gift from God, that's up to you.
Sorry, how are you with divine stuff? I mean, obviously, magic and divine stuff is
what happens from the gods is out of our hand.
Yeah, okay.
It's not a manipulation of the natural forces. It's a divine intervention. That's different.
Cool. So it's okay. Oh, good. Interesting.
So everyone hold hands.
We have to?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Nykron holds up this very limp and feeble and pathetic hand.
And
the cold bird.
Radius puts a very meaty paw on your shoulder and kind of drops you 0.5 centimeter into the snow.
Grundanar, please heal me and my friends from all the damage that we have taken over the last day, both physical and mental. I mean, this world's hard, and he goes on for like 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes?
Yep.
Yada, yada, yada.
Through that 10 minutes, Radius is looking at Nykron and the eye rolls are immense.
12 points of healing for everyone.
12?
Yep.
Just describe your character for us, Lindsay. What are they? What's he wearing? What is Flunt? What is Flunt other than this bucket that's on his head that's got a mushroom growing out of it and a big war axe or a warhammer? What else?
Well, he's got like a long brown beard that's kind of like beaded and plaited and all that kind of stuff. He's wearing no armor. It's all kind of like multicolored cloth, like he's got a big sash on, and none of it seems to work. It kind of all clashes against each other. There's stripes and spots and, green pants and good solid walking boots, but like other than that, there's just a couple of pockets. He's got like a little pocket full that seems to be bulging full of herbs and mushrooms, and and he has a big stone maul, big two-handed warhammer.
Sounds awfully aggressive for somebody who's like the weapon,
the
choice of weapon.
A big stone maul. That sounds pacifist-like.
It does many things, man.
Like smashes heads.
Yeah, this can smash heads.
What about a small hammer, though?
Nah, man.
That does many more things.
But you can't block you can't. Shut up, man. I didn't pick the God's favored weapon, man. God's favored weapon picked me.
That's good. Yeah,
and then after Prairie pops a little mushroom into each of your mouth if you take it.
No.
You're lost, man. Birdie boy?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
Right.
We've got extra healing, but whatever.
He puts one in his mouth and his pupils go to saucers.
My suggestion is we head over to where you fell down, and it looks like it's sheltered from the weather. We make a short camp, regather our strength, take a short rest before we head on.
I have healing potions if you need, man. If you want to go on quick.
No,
I made them myself, man.
We should recover.
Okay, very well.
And Radius wants to take a short rest. He's gonna take the Yetis' bodies and cover them with snow and kind of.
You could make a cool coat out of that, man.
How are you? Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame to waste them. They're just going to die and rot here. I don't know what's in the area, but you could make a nice coat and, remember honor their lives, man.
Love it. The pacifist is like, you could just cut their bodies up and skin them. And
wear their bodies as a trophy.
Yeah, you don't have to dry that out, man. Just wear bloody.
When you've killed a creature, you might as well make as much use of it as possible rather
than
than
the bloody
waste.
Side on the outside.
Don't waste its sacrifice. Just,
Yeah, Moradius is burying these two things so that it doesn't attract any more monsters or creatures.
Okay.
Making sure we're protected. He's going to set up a little camp just for an hour of rest and sit down and.
Is there a fire?
Patch his wounds. That's not my job. We've got a fire expert we have a fire expert in the party. It would be remiss of me to attempt to start a fire when Nykron can so adeptly ensure that things set aflame so quickly. So quickly.
Wow, man. That's pretty cool.
I just need a bit of wood.
Okay.
I've got some torches.
That's
Is there any wood around?
19 survival check looking for wood, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can find some wood. You dig up some old roots that are dry, that you think are dry enough and sheltered enough and stuff that you can have a small-sized pine-ish fire.
Lovely.
Cool. I throw some herbs on it.
I pressed it. Ooh, it smells nice.
Yeah,
you'll feel a lot more ignition relaxed. Of the fire. Off we go.
You feel a lot more relaxed. Your aches and pains seem to disappear.
Pains,
for the next hour, Moradius is keeping to himself and patching his wounds and trying to get a little bit of quiet time.
Do I find myself being ravenously hungry?
It's up to you, man. It just depends how it goes, man. Like,
I wonder how Yeti tastes.
Hops forward.
That's more rabbit, hops forward.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Yeti tastes all right.
Oh my word. Love it.
Can we short rest, Justin?
Yes. A short rest goes past and the weather becomes a little more inclement over the time. You see some clouds rolling in.
4 of my hit dice on my short rest.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, you see some clouds rolling in and you can see the weather plummeting. So it gets colder and colder and colder as you are, especially from the direction that you are going rather than the direction you've come from.
Right.
The mountain.
Right. So anyway, so it's like, might as well go do this trip to Axelholme, get out and get a bit of fresh air, see nature and all that jazz.
I'm still slightly injured, but we should make our way forward with that.
Do you want a potion?
I do not want to waste valuable resources that are expendable and not replaceable.
Okay, man. Right on. Yep.
And
you can't make them every day, right?
No, man. It's just flavor that I made. I just actually bought them from the shop. But from the DM character creation.
And I made them appear in my bag.
I bought health potions and I put a mushroom in them.
Right.
So it takes away the pain.
Shall we tell this story walking?
Yeah, man. Let's go.
Yeah, let's head off down the road.
He lights a pipe.
Oh, I think I see something over here. Wait there.
Yeah, so Bird Dude, how long you been traveling with Big Rock Man? Where's he going anyway?
Where's he going?
He's just walked off the road. He's walking along the road.
He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing.
Right. I thought you'd be flying ahead, man, but whatever.
I'm still not fully there. I was just trying to figure out how much I heal for a short rest.
You can count how many hit dice. You got up to 5 hit dice of your...
And you roll them.
And then you add your con modifier.
And you pack up, finish your short rest and start moving towards the Sword Mountains, towards your destination, which is Axelholme. Just on the way there, let's get Flunt, our new character, to roll a percentage dice for me, please.
No worries, man. 84, dude.
Nice. Okay, and you start moving along. Again, the weather begins to get a little more... it gets cold. It drops. So you start feeling colder and colder. An ice chill starts blowing off the Sword Mountains, and you start finding the trek gets a little more icy, I guess, in patches, gets slippery. There's a little bit of snow and frost that starts to fall. It's not enough that it's like deep, but it's enough that if you don't watch where you're going, you might slip over, or you might find that if you're going just at normal speed, sometimes it might be a little bit more treacherous.
So Moradius will head back to the party after about 15 minutes of alone time, where he seems to have regathered himself. And as he's walking, he's making sure Nycrin can fly in this kind of shale and weather. He's going to then start trying to unpack what abilities Flunt might have. As they're talking, he'll go, can you forage for food? Do you know much about the area? What skills do you have? Can you heal? Do
you want it in in-game terms or non-in-game terms?
I think it's more about he would be trying to figure out how to fight with you alongside him and try to find the right tactical area for you and he. So it's more like, so if you don't take the life of an enemy, how do you normally approach a battle?
As I said, man, I usually try and talk things out, but if that doesn't happen, I usually I have my hammer here, which can do some damage, but I'm better with a friend, man.
Yes. So if we're in a fight, though, and they are not friends, so let me give you an example.
You're a melee guy, right? You like to be in it?
Yes, I am most effective with a weapon in my hand or throwing a javelin at something.
Well, I'll stay next to you, man. And as they try to attack you, if you keep them attacking you, I can annoy them as they try and attack you.
I don't doubt it for 1 second.
So, anytime they try to attack you, I will make it harder for them to hit you.
Oh.
Or, I can do all sorts of stuff.
Are you saying I don't need my shield?
I mean, it's always beneficial, man, if,
right.
A bit of extra armor class doesn't really...
Okay.
But, yeah, man, I can't use them myself, man. Grundanar gives me extra armor class if he protects me if I don't use any armor or anything like that.
I see. And so you'll be up the front with me, Nykron normally flying around above us, raining fire from the heavens.
Okay, that sounds good, man.
Yep.
I mean, the only thing is I won't be able to protect him. I'm also very good at instilling courage among men. So you stay
What
close.
about birds?
Well, I mean, I'm sure I've never met a bird man before, but I'm sure it's the same sort of deal.
One of the conversations I had with my fallen partner, JR was his name, he preferred to use the pronouns they, them rather than man, woman. He found it a bit more inclusive.
Right on them.
Do you know that would have been a great moment for you to have gone, JR Lockwood?
I was thinking about it.
I know him.
I was thinking about it, but no.
My
right
cousin.
on. Yeah. I'm just going to start doing the right on them instead of man. That kind of works.
Right on them.
Right on them.
Right. And then when we are not in battle, it is important to conserve our resources for those times when we need them. So anything expendable and not replaceable, we should keep for crucial moments.
I mean, I do have some divine magic spells, man.
Not magic, right?
Divine spells, not arcane, that arcane wishy-washy stuff, man. This comes straight from Grundanar's teeth to my mouth and then out of my hands, So, like the one I just did.
I get the impression Lindsay's going to need to be drunk most times when he's doing this character.
Right. So, sorry, that's quite the visual you're able to evoke of your god. Okay.
Would you like me to tell you about him, man?
No.
I mean, he's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool guy.
Do you have a pamphlet?
No, but that's a good idea. Maybe we should get some created, like books of Grundanar.
Right. We should make all. How fast do you walk?
25 feet, dude.
Right. Well, there's this horse of bones here that you're going to hop on top of because we need to make all haste, and you are slowing us down.
Oh man, what's his bony them's name?
It's called Scofflin. Scofflin is a very, very trusty steed. Doesn't eat very much.
I mean, he does look a bit thin.
Yeah. And if you pull out one of the bones, he will crumble to a bunch of bones, and then you can reconfigure him. Oh, wow. It's very, very clever that way, but he moves fast. He won't be able to get us all to where we need to go. Because, Nykron, are you going to take to the air as we travel, or are you going to stay here with us?
I'm flying fit.
Excellent. We will make all haste. I will move at my full speed, and that will be the slowest of all of us.
How long was it going to take till we got there?
Just a day.
We're playing out that whole conversation, the whole travel in real time.
You asked Boney Them. That's that's the undead band that sings Rasputin.
Yep.
Not a bird or band, so unlucky.
We got it. Yeah. So we'll continue that conversation. It's probably Moradius is probably going to do it in half-hour bursts, and then he'll need to go off and
be alone.
Yeah, just explore. Well, scout ahead, I think, is what he'll term it. Just have a bit of alone time. He's never had to speak this much before. JR's done all the work, and he doesn't much care for it.
So as you continue on through your trek through the frigid mountains, the sense of uneasiness maybe settles in, and as you find that your new traveling companion is a little strange company is what you've met along the road. However, you cannot shake the feeling that maybe something is watching you. You see a glimpse here
Grandenara's
movement
always
in your
watching
periphery, or amongst some of the wooded areas, or some of the snow, some of the small banks, and all that kind of stuff. You find that you are being followed, and eventually, the three.
We know it, or is there a passive perception?
The three of you get the idea, like as you're going through, the head nods like that you would do. Like in this situation, there wouldn't be a moment like you might disappear off to the side and be like, Nikron, I think we're being followed. That kind of, surreptitiously you let each other know, and then you start keeping an eye out, and you're very aware that something is following you when you kind of look around. You think maybe some four-legged creatures are waiting for an opportune moment to strike, when the air grows heavy with a weird, eerie silence, and you can see that two wolves emerge from their positions, their breath forming frosty in clouds in the icy air, their gaunt frames and hollow eyes suggesting a desperate hunger that has not been sated in some time.
So, Nikron's in the air at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. One of the wolves in a very low voice.
Hang on a second.
Filled with hunger.
Luke was very clear to say he was out of danger right then. Like super quick to go, fuck you guys, I'm in the air.
But I am. That's the idea. You said
Is he out of danger though? Well, how many more creatures have I got that can paralyze him?
I'm just saying Luke had to jump in and ascertain.
20 feet above the ground.
Oh, yeah. All right.
25.
So to interrupt.
30. 30. We'll go 30.
On the edge of a cone.
How tall are the trees around here?
Not tall.
Okay, cool.
Because there's not many of them.
Cool.
3.
So the wolf's going to say.
Yeah, the wolves move out. One of the wolves, they kind of have pincered you, one on each side, and they've kind of flanked you from either side. One of the wolves in his low voice filled with hunger. Now we shall finally have the chance to feed. Initiatives.
And Mushroom Guy, you're up.
Thanks, Birdman. Third bird them. Oh shit, man.
Yes, agreed. Shit is correct. We could point them to Yetis where they could feed.
Oh yes.
Maradius.
Oh, Maradius got a 3.
Oh. Nikron?
16.
That's good. And Flunt.
Flunt rolled a 1, but that takes him to a 5. So
I'm still struggling with Flunt.
So Flunt, for those who don't play our at-home game, which is most of you, Flunt was when I screwed up and said hit them with the Flunt side of my weapon. That's how Flunt came about.
You were also acting like a bit of a Flunt that day.
I was.
Nikron. From a vantage high in the sky, you see two wolves emerge from just snow, and because of the pelt color, they merge into the snow and into the mounds really quite well, and you see them both flanking on either side of your two companions. You don't hear what they say, but you can see one of them moves its mouth a little bit. What are you going to do?
Oh, they look cute. I'm just going to ready an action to see how this plays out, because Mushroom Boy's got it all covered, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, damn, I got it, dude. Right on.
If this goes south, I'm ready to send, some form of fire to the flammable dogs.
Okay. You see the wolf that spoke, especially the two of you on the floor. Inhale. And then exhale a blast of freezing cold that engulfs both of you in a cone of cold. I need you to make a dexterity check.
Dexterity. Man, these no dice aren't working very well for me, man. It's a 7 for Flunt.
Oh, that's not good.
Maradius rolled a 4 on his dice, but because he has danger sense, he can re-roll dexterity checks if he's not flat-footed or unaware. And
is it a poison?
14 for Maradius.
A 14 for Maradius.
If it's poison, you have to tell me.
Now, as I said before, I'm not sure why I got asked if it was poison. A freezing cone of cold washes over
Poison
you.
cold.
Poison cold. It's poisonously cold.
What happens if you put poison in the fridge? It gets cold.
Flunt, you
That
take
was a fucking reach.
you take the full extent of 18 points of cold damage, while you, Maradius,
Is he paralyzed?
take half of it.
Did I not save on my danger sense?
You did
dex
save.
check? Okay.
That's why you get half of 18 points rather than the full 18 that Flunt got.
Having seen this, can I now take my action?
You certainly may.
Okay, so we'll start off with our good old faithful.
Firebolt.
No, I was going to say fireball.
I said firebolt.
Bolt, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Firebolt to the one that...
Yep, the one that sort of
Breathed.
moved out first.
Yep,
Seems to
so
be
that-
a leader, if you will,
is
a little bit
an
larger.
18 to hit.
An 18 is enough to hit.
That is for a jammy total of 12 points of fire damage
12 points of fire damage.
from the skies.
Okay. Done. That brings us to Flunt.
Now, doggy dudes, that was very rude. Like, we don't want to hurt you. If you're hungry, man, we can give you some food. We can tell you where some dead Yetis are that you could eat because they're just going to go rotting if we don't do it. I mean, this doesn't need to come to harm. What say you, doggy dudes?
Roll your diplomacy.
Persuasion?
Something like that.
10.
You are meat here. You will do.
Righto, right on. So they're right in our face, or do we have to move up?
No, this one that just blew the cone over you is certainly quite a lot closer.
Sorry, man. This is going to hurt. I'm going to move up.
Mm-hmm.
Take to him.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Or
it doesn't
her.
take you long to...
I tried to discuss. I mean,
That's all right. Do you want to leave? No. You're dead. I tried.
I'm going to take 2 attacks.
2 attacks. Fuck off.
First one's a natural one.
You would have had to move up. So
a natural
You
one.
can still do 2 attacks on a move.
Can you?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
It's not Pathfinder, dude. Yeah, that was a natural one.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to roll anything?
No.
No.
It's a natural one. You miss.
Second one is a
It's not Pathfinder, dude.
20 to hit.
20 is going to hit.
That's 13 points of damage. Blunt damage with my mom.
Okay. So damage?
Yeah, just blunt.
Blunt flunt damage.
Blunt damage.
Non-lethal though, right?
Yeah, non-lethal, but it doesn't matter. Pathfinder 5e doesn't have... If I get the killing blow, they're just knocked out rather than dead. And then later on, though, every time I knock someone down, they come under a charm spell for an hour.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I'm not up that level yet.
So no non-lethal rules.
Correct.
Do you just take that down to what? Well, 0? So they didn't go on to death saves then?
No, it's only if I'm the last killing blow that makes a difference.
Just go into unconscious.
Yeah.
But then they don't go to 0 then, because as soon as they go to 0, aren't they on to death saves?
Yeah, they just go unconscious. But it's only if I'm like level 10 that I get the special ability.
Right.
Or if I knock them to 0, they get charmed.
They fall in
instead.
love with you.
Yeah.
Become a follower of Grundon.
We see the error of our ways. We will repent. Repent.
Yes.
And that brings us to Maradius.
Stay up with me, Rocky dude.
Right. Maradius will draw his sword, make sure his shield is hoisted on his hand, move up to the cone spewing dog and hit it twice.
Okay.
Twice.
The first one will miss on a natural 3
Oh,
because his
no.
icy hands aren't working very
Oh,
well.
no.
The second one is a 19 to hit
That'll hit.
for 6 points of damage as he cleaves into the side of this dog's face.
Nice, man. I mean, not for him, but it was pretty good. Good swing.
We should put these down fast, one at a time. Watch the cone, watch another cone from the other dog. Beware to jump out the way.
Yeah, usually I like cones, man, but not this time.
Round number 2 happens. The 2 dogs look at you, growl. The dog that you are both striking into moves first and foremost to the new dwarven character to test its mettle, looking maybe for an easy kill. It comes in for a bite. 18.
Meets it.
Okay. On a bite of an 18, it launches into you. It grabs kind of onto your upper thigh, and like a dog does, it kind of shifts its maw left and right, kind of ripping and tearing your flesh, blood seeping out of it. And you are going to take...
Oh, gee, that leg's not faring well today.
You are going to take 10 points of piercing damage from its teeth. However, more than that, you're kind of thrown from your center of gravity, and you need to make a strength check for me, please.
Saving throw?
Yep.
12.
You are knocked prone as the wolf grabs you, bites you, moves it around. The second wolf, seeing that is taking place, will also try to do the same thing with Meradius to get you both onto the ground and in a weaker situation where they can eat your guts. That is going to be a 23 to hit you, Meradius.
It hits.
Oh, that's terrible damage rolled by the GM right there.
I'm going to chuck in, I'm going to stick my hammer up and intercept it, reducing the damage by 1d10 plus 3. So remove 4 points of damage from that attack.
4 points of damage from that attack. So it's 3 piercing damage.
And you remove 4 from that?
No, it's 3 after the 4. So it's 3 piercing damage, and you also must make a strength check as it goes for your ankles, taking your Achilles heel.
It takes me.
And you also are knocked prone.
Cool. It's my favorite spot to be.
So do you have to be next to someone when that happens, Lindsay?
Yep, within 5 feet.
Of the person getting attacked or the creature attacking?
The person getting attacked.
Okay, so now you know prone. A prone creature's only option is to crawl unless it stands up and thereby ends the condition. The creature has disadvantage on attack rolls. An attack roll against the creature has advantage if the creature is within 5 feet. Otherwise, the attack roll has disadvantage. Okay. Nikron, you are in the sky and you see both of your compatriots falling to the floor on their rear ends.
Sorry, that was to one of the wolves or both the wolves?
Both the wolves attacked each creature, so they both pincered in from each side, so flanking them. One's grabbed Meradius, knocked him on the floor. The other one's grabbed Flunt and knocked him on the floor.
So I was 30 feet in the air. So I will fire I'm going to cast Agnazar's Scorcher at second level to the same wolf that I hit the first time. DC 14 on dex save.
A DC 14?
Yeah.
Doo-doo-boo. On a fort save, did you say?
Hang on. Dex save.
A dex save. Fail.
Okay, so that's 18 points of fire damage.
18 points of fire damage.
That's massive.
That is an amazing amount of fire damage. And that leads us now to...
Sorry. I'm going to elevate another 30 feet.
Okay. So you get up another 30 feet into the sky. Flunt, it's your go.
We can see that clearly as we lie on our back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stand up, man.
Yep. So standing up takes half of your movement speed.
Correct, dude.
And that's a full action, is it?
No, half your movement.
And I was just seeing if he got attacks of opportunity or not. I couldn't remember that. But.
Not first down.
I'm going to take attack on the one in front of me. 2 attacks, actually.
Dude.
First one is 11. Which I assume is missed. Second one's 11.
Oh, both of them are not enough to get through this wolf's hairy pelt.
Should back off, man. That bird up there, he's going to toast you alive, dude.
And Meradius.
Intimidate check.
Meradius 2 will stand up.
Mm-hmm.
He will...
Seems to me like, again, I don't want to shit on 5th edition here, but what's the fucking point of having a wolf that can knock a creature prone when they stand up at no consequence?
It costs half your movement.
Yeah, but what's the point? I knocked you down. Oh, I'm just going to get up and half my movement.
It's almost
I'm
like
not
a
moving
song,
anyway because I'm in fucking base to base.
It's almost like one of those songs, isn't it? Get knocked down, get up again, and then we're going to keep you down.
Nice.
So Moradius swings his sword over his head. 15 to hit.
All right, Moradius. Yes, that definitely hits.
Well, it was 18 actually. I did my maths wrong. But I'm sure that hits too.
No, that misses. Once you move above, there's like a sweet spot with these things. Like you just have to get into the middling.
So his first hit, again, overhand, as he's been want to do with this sword, is 11 points of damage. It doesn't get better than that.
Okay, 11 points of damage strikes true into this creature.
And then he's going to pull it out and then swing sideways into the side of its jaw, trying to kind of ram in where that ice blast came from.
Yep.
21 to hit.
21's massively going.
Is 9 points of damage with that little hit as he kind of takes out half its cheek as it slices into the side of its face.
You see the wolf kind of move like and kind of crumple and move back a bit and rear as your attacks definitely. You're hitting with the axe?
No, with the sword.
With the sword.
The sword. This sword never seems to go dull. It's polished up beautifully every morning.
It is.
It's sharp. It's fantastic.
Is a wonderful thing.
It is a very,
Are you using
very
it
well
two
built.
hands or with the shield?
No, with the
shield.
shield.
Okay,
With
so
the shield.
one-handed.
One hand.
Because you do know you can use it
do.
two-handed.
That's a D10,
as well.
not a D8. But no, the armor class is
nice.
what Flunt suggested I hang on to, and he is. He's going to say, now is the time to run. There are 2 Yeti that are much easier to eat. Go. Get them, and we will let you leave.
That's
Otherwise, you will
man.
die.
Mm-hmm.
Grendanar approves of that action, man.
Yeah. So once again, I'm just going to go back to this. Like you get proned by these wolves. Now, in other game systems, in older game systems,
Been proned in Fortnite as well.
Older Dungeons and Dragons. This is what made dogs and wolves really fucking scary because they dropped you on your ass, and then when you stood up, attack of opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So what I was thinking is,
And they drop you on your ass again, and the attack of opportunity.
And then what I'm thinking,
Sounds like my halfling character.
yeah, what I'm thinking is, maybe it's part because it's a movement that you do because it's half movement and movement can do an opportunity attack. But no, you have to move out of reach to get an opportunity attack.
That's
so
right.
once again, does not provoke the
Unless they've got a reach of 0.
I'll tell you the way I play them after this.
It's which is really, really, really annoying.
If they had a reach of 0, then you get an opportunity attack on the floor.
Of the situation.
yeah.
How convenient.
For the other 2 wolves we're going to find.
Yeah.
There's a second wolf. You guys have been really focusing all your energy on the first wolf, but the wolf that downed Moradius at this point in round number 3 is looking around, looking at what's happening to his companion, seeing his companion getting smashed left, right, and center, and in a desperate attempt to try and lay cover, and breathes another cone of cold. It's not poison against you both. Each of you, please make a dex check.
Does it get the dog as well?
Dexterity saving throw, please.
Well, they're immune.
Radius rolled a 19.
You are going to take half.
I rolled an 18.
So both of you take 8 points of damage.
Ugh, that's poison.
As cold washes over you, and it would have been much worse had you not successfully saved. Nikron.
Radius will turn around to that and tell him, I told you to run. That is it. Your life is forfeit.
And the one that you just smashed on its face, the leader that's looking bruised and bloody, just snarls at you and says, "My companion can feast on my flesh." And again, attempts to bowl you over, Moradius. I don't think a 13 is going to do it.
Armor class?
Mm-hmm.
No, that does not hit.
No.
Bangs off the shield.
Yeah.
Donk.
Yeah. Even though this wolf has advantage on you for some reason, that happens.
Pack tactics.
So, right, Nikron.
Okay, from my 60-foot height, I see now that the other wolf also has halitosis. So
That's poison. It's poison.
Yes, that's right. Yes, the frozen halitosis. I will send a firebolt down for a 11 to hit.
On the original or the...
not the leader, the other one.
The other one?
Yeah.
For an 11.
11,
that
yes.
misses.
That
Strikes
misses.
into the floor next to it, melting an icy patch, turning it into a slick piece of ice.
Can I attempt an intimidation now, or is that an action in itself?
It's very difficult to intimidate from 60 feet away.
It'd be a
Even when I'm sending firebolts down?
Even when you're sending
fair enough.
fireballs.
It'd be a flavor intimidation.
That sounds almost as rubbish as being able to stand stand up from a prone position with no consequences. But there we go.
Well, look, there's rubbish all through this game system. So when in Rome, a flunt.
Flunt's going to swing at the one in front of us.
Yep.
Twice.
Mm-hmm.
First one's probably going to miss with the 10.
Yep.
Second one is a 19 to hit.
A 19. Your hammer bashes into its four paws.
Double hand overswing for 13 points of damage.
Knocking its two front legs out from under it, you hear a sickening crack as its back breaks. And it's
a non-lethal back break.
Front. Yeah,
well,
it's still alive.
It's just paralyzed.
Yeah. You never said anything about that. It's not.
No, I'm allowed to maim. I'm just not allowed to kill.
This sounds.
You can ruin the rest of its life.
Very, very thin ice that Lindsay's character walks on.
You could put it in pain for the rest of its life, but you can't end its misery.
That's right. I can make it a paraplegic.
That's right.
But it's still breathing.
No shoes. Can't move any of its paws.
Sorry,
or its...
I used to have a job at the horse track, but I couldn't do the curtain job.
Poor thing can't even lick his own balls now.
Yeah. And that brings us to the end of the round, which is Maradius.
So Maradius, this one is out of commission. Doesn't feel like this wolf in front of us is
it's certainly alive. It's just
it's frothing at the mouth.
Yeah, just moving its mouth open. It's kind of reeling in pain.
Right. So Maradius will turn around and go to the other one, your life is forfeit. Run now while you can. But he won't give it a chance to while he charges it.
Run now, bang. It's right next to you. You don't even have to charge it.
Is it?
Yeah, they both have flanked you.
Do you get bonuses for charging?
I would, but doesn't matter on a 23 to hit.
23 is going to very much hit.
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage.
As he lunges out to hit it in the eye, and then 24 on the second hit.
Yep.
For 10 points of damage as he pulls that back out again.
Yeah, a large gash comes down at the front of its face. It's now called Scar. What was the last damage, sorry?
10.
The wolf growls. Looks at its companion.
Which one? The one on the floor? Or?
No, the one on the floor can't even make its voice move anymore. It's the version of paralysis, permanent. It looks at what you've done to its companion and it tries to steal some resolve.
That's theft.
And it withdraws.
Does it run away?
How far?
It's beginning to. It'll withdraw. You can withdraw twice your speed, can't you?
Yep.
Yep, 100 feet.
This one should be called Fish because it's got no eye.
Nicron.
No, my go. Seeing the wolf running away, can you make a DC 14 dex save for me, please?
Nope.
Ooh.
It's a lot of dice.
That's 22 points of fire damage as a fireball hits it while it's running.
What would that look like in the snow? Like, I just imagine like this. Not only would there be fire, but there would also be like the steam coming out. Like,
and a crater.
It would absolutely look amazing. Yeah.
I really like the idea of the sphere starting small from where I am, because obviously its range is 150 feet, and obviously as it gets closer, it just enlarges to the 20-foot sphere that it is. Yep.
Right.
Lovely.
Flunt.
Is it not dead?
No.
Motherfucker.
I'm going to bend down and pat the wolf and I'm sorry, dog dude. I didn't want to do it, man. Like, I told you to back off. You should have backed off.
Just taunting.
Like,
I hit you with the car. I'm sorry.
Yeah. There's nothing like an I told you so when you can't move.
This is like an episode of Fortnite. He's going to teabag the thing now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I could. Once I sort out this dragon problem, maybe it could be a pet or something, man. Like, I don't know. I'll come back for you, man.
Make him a pelt.
Yeah, man, like a talking pelt. Yeah, but like a jacket that talks. Anyway, yeah, man.
Maradius.
So you're going to carry the paralyzed wolf on your back as a pelt and it talks?
Yeah.
That's great.
It's like a talking scarf.
That's great.
Maradius is going to turn around, walk back to the first wolf and put his sword through its head. Just slice it into the eye, put it out of its misery.
Dude. Could have healed him when we did the prayer of healing.
A spurt of blood splashes over Flunt's face.
This one was in pain. We should not let them linger, even though they are our enemies. We should make it a quick and seamless death.
It's right. I don't have to kill it, but it can suffer and
and I'll taunt it while it's dying.
and then I'll incarcerate it and enslave it for the rest of its life.
I was going to heal it doing a prayer of healing after we finished,
At which point it would attack us again.
Nah, man. Doesn't, man. It sure would have learnt its lesson. You gotta allow peace to happen.
It's in several pieces now.
That's true, man. That's not funny, my dude, but man, you got a lot to learn. You were doing really well with telling him to flee, and Grundanar would have approved of that, but I don't know about this, dude. Them, you got to just continue on them.
And unless you're going to take a rest, or are you doing anything, or are you going to continue on?
Is that other wolf still around, or is he gone?
The other wolf is unless you're doing anything more he gets to 200 feet.
I'll move 50 feet.
You will?
Does a 23 hit him?
Real juxtaposition of characters right here. Definitely.
Trying to bring balance. That is 13 points of fire damage as he's fleeing up the rear end with a firebolt.
Yeah. And he continues to run.
In the ring of fire.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm going to. I think we've seen the last of him.
All right. And you guys continue your journey.
Well, first of all, I want to take the corpse of the wolf and we'll stake it out as a warning to the next 10 generations of wolves to leave the stone birds and the mushroom alone.
I think having a talking cloak would have done that better.
The mushy stone birds, I think, is what
mushy stone birds, nice.
What's wrong with your talking cloak? Oh, he's had a stroke.
We could have just had stoned birds and
that's good too. Birds. Yeah.
Yep.
I want to heal because I'm fucked up.
Okay.
So I want another short rest if possible, and a prayer of healing.
Yep. So you can, as Nikron goes about his grisly task of staking a very
I've had a day.
wolf.
I am not happy. Nikron is not happy. He's been turned into an icicle. He's dropped out of the sky. He's had everything with white fur get on his nerves today. So
this is a warning to all.
I took my last hit dice of healing as well.
Man, Grundanar, please forgive us for having to kill these dudes.
What do you say? Yes.
It's pecking out its guts.
It's a bit stringy. Come, we should make our way to Axelholme as fast as possible. These mountain terrains are treacherous. But first, 1 hour break. Sorry, the union rules say.
After most of a day of travel, the sun starts to peak down behind the mountains, and darkness begins to descend over you. The temperature again gets very chilly. A wind flies in with ice almost at its front.
Oof.
And just in front of you, as you reach your destination, thrust out from the base of a dark grey mountains, is the entrance to a dwarven fortress, a dark 15-foot wide passageway flanked by a 40-foot bulwarks of smooth, seamless stone. An iron portcullis covered with rust blocks the entrance. Arrow slits carved into the bulwarks. Is it bulwarks or bulwarks?
Bulwarks.
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 Dark.
Bullocks.
Arrow slits carved into the bollocks are dark, revealing no hint of occupation.
Bulwark.
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 That doesn't even help. That actually makes me more confused when you make Google. Bulwark.
It sounds like bollock.
Bulwark. And night descends, as does the end of the game.
Not the game. We'll be back next week.
I said for today. For today. Bulwark. Bulwark.
Can Flunt see in the dark?
Yes.
Bulwark.
Oh, that's great.
Bulwark.
Especially when he's had a couple of shrooms.
Yeah. It could be to be the Stonebirds.
Oh, yeah. The Stonebuds.
Yeah. Don't know that we need a poster and a name without JL performing for us, though.
That's true.